All right, in this video, I have a brand new pair of Nike Air Max sneakers that released just in time for Air Max month in March. This is a Nike Air Max Plus Drift. I was actually really excited to get these in hand and on feet because this model is a very, very familiar model to us, as it's kind of like an updated version of an Air Max Plus right here, which is one of my favorite Air Max models to date. I love the Air Max 90s for the history as well, but the Air Max Pluses are really nice, and I've always loved that model. And now we have an updated version that is pretty crazy. It's very aggressive looking, very fun, very unique, and I wanted to give you guys a look at this pair in this video. Compliments of Hibbett City Gear. If you've never heard of Hibbett City Gear, check the link in the description. It will take you over to their website. I would suggest you bookmark their launch calendar specifically because they always have lots of cool stuff coming from lots of different brands. Also, it's free to sign up for the rewards program, always worth a look, and they have a nice sales selection on their website as well. A big thank you to Hibbett City Gear for sponsoring this video and for providing this pair that I've been waiting to actually get in hand. So as I mentioned, the Air Max Plus Drift is kind of an updated version of the Air Max Plus. There have quite a few differences between the two. Primarily, the main difference as soon as you get these in hand is they're super heavy. Like, it's a very, very heavy shoe, and that's because up the sides of the shoe, you could see that it's actually rubberized material. So it's like a mesh encased in rubber on the upper, making this a very beefy, durable pair of sneakers. Now, I got a true to size 9.5, which fits me just right, which honestly I was a little worried because the original Air Max Pluses, I usually go up a half a size, but honestly the 9.5 was the perfect fit for me. Now, there's a bunch of things I like about the shoe. There's a couple I don't like, so let's go ahead and get into that. As I mentioned, you have that heavy duty rubber casing across the top of these shoes, but also you have a rubber casing through the midsole and outsole of the shoe as well. Normally this is like a harder TPU, but this is like a rubberized material over top, and honestly I don't mind that it's rubberized. It gives you a lot more grip and a little bit more added protection as well. On the box it says this color is black bright crimson, but you can see there is a gradient fade that I do appreciate. On the toe box it starts as purple, gets to that red color, and then fades to the sunset sort of yellow orange color in the back. And then I also like that the tongue is actually purple instead of that red on the side, just kind of bringing that gradient fade together. It's a little bit more subtle on this colorway because of all of the black casing around, so you don't see the gradient as much, but when you get them in hand and look up close, it's like, okay, I really like that. As well as you can see it from the toe down view. Another thing I really like about this new model is, yes, it looks very similar to the original Air Max Plus, but it's also very different. It has much more aggressive lines on the upper than the original, which is pretty crazy because the original I just remember being very, very aggressive. You can see that the rubberized section on the Air Max Plus Drift is much more apparent than on the regular pair even. And it's almost like if these were letters, this would be like italicized and this would be like bold, bold, bold. Like, it's definitely bold capitals where you have all of that rubber casing and just the aggressive lines on the upper. And the way that the lines kind of drift around on the Air Max Plus Drift, it kind of reminds me of the Air Vapor Max Plus, the way that those lines kind of drifted as well. But these ones again are much more aggressive than any of the other two models that I mentioned. Another thing I like about these is you have the placement of the Nike swoosh on the back instead of on the side of the shoe. I kind of like the placement here better than on the original pair. It just gives you a little bit more of a visual on the side of the shoe with all of the waves and stuff. I also like the overall shape of the Air Max Plus Drift because it is very much similar to the original pair. I'm a huge fan of the original pair, so having an updated version is always awesome to see. Also, the logo on the tongue has the same shape as the originals as well. I do like that. But they also did something kind of interesting. You can actually flip it up and you could see it's all purple now, and it does have the Tuned Air branding here instead of the Nike Air branding. And I guess you could probably just flip it and wear it this way and it would actually look a little bit better in my opinion. I feel like this way does stand out a little bit, but having it tucked back adds a little bit more pop because the tongue is purple. But also if you wear it this way, you can tuck your laces under the top part. I don't know if it's intended for that, but it actually makes it for a little bit of a cleaner look. Now, a couple things I would change about the Air Max Plus Drift. The first thing I would do is add the reflective patches on top of the toe box as well as on the tongue. It feels like we're missing that. Honestly, it's one of those great details when you look in toe down on the shoe to just see those little dashes of reflective material. Always a plus to see that, and we don't have that on this version. And kind of a nitpick, but one change that I would like is if they made the heel a little bit wider. Obviously, that requires a lot of retooling, and the midsole and outsole is somewhat similar to the original, so it would not maybe make sense because of what they're trying to create, but I do like the idea of having a wider version just for myself because I do like the extra added width to the heel just for more stability. And the only other suggestion I would say is that the overall weight of the shoe is very heavy because of the extra rubber casing. It is a plus because it adds durability. It makes it kind of more winterized in a sense. Just overall, like to break out the scale, this one sits in at 1.36 ounces and the original ones are 14.9 ounces. So over a pound, 3 ounces on the new version. So I do wish they were a little bit lighter, but I do appreciate the extra durability and the ruggedness that this extra material offers. Anyways, these retail for $185. If you guys are interested in buying, they have 3 different colorways. I'll link them in the description over to Hibbett City Gear, and I do appreciate them again for sending these over. If you order these ahead of time, you'll get these in time for Air Max Day. In fact, leave a comment in the comment section. What pair are you looking to wear or buy on Air Max Day, which is 3/26, 2024. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the quick comparison and overview of the Air Max Plus Drift. Leave a comment in the comment section. What do you guys think about the model? I actually really like this colorway. There's also like a rainbow sort of hue colorway that I really, really like. And it'll be interesting to see what other colorways they actually have, because they have a lot going on with the upper on this model. And it's kind of fun the way the gradient fade of a shoe can look completely different depending on just, you know, what colors they choose to put on what layers. Anyway, so hopefully you guys have a good rest of the day out there. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Drop a like if you guys like the video. And hopefully we'll see you back on the channel for some more content very soon. All right, peace guys.